0.
Yes, folks, welcome. I'm Bob, and this is Let's Get Retro in association with retrounlim.com. And this is Tekken 3 talk. Last week I did, or 2 weeks ago, I did a thing called Tekken Tag Talk, which was a combination of, talking a bit about Tekken and just generally nattering on. So I thought, have a go at it again. And as you can see there, here's the intro to Tekken 3. Tekken 3, if I remember rightly, and I could be horribly wrong, came out in the arcades in Japan anyway in '97 and got a fantastic PS1. I think it was a PS1 exclusive back in the days when Tekken equaled PlayStation. It was PS1 exclusive and came out in Japan in early 1998 and Europe in late 1998 and in the States slightly before Europe, a month before Europe. And it's awesome. It really is just, I love Namco fighters because they're just, they put so much in. They just don't do the whole, we'll save that for DLC. They just don't hold anything back. This had like 15 or 16 extra characters. It had another 2 kind of super special characters that you could unlock. It had an actual scrolling beat 'em up built into it, and it had an extra party game. It's just everything. So I'm going to talk about that in a bit, but this is just your intro, showing you the dudes. Well, not that guy with the beard, he's not there, which is a pity because he looked pretty cool. So let's just fiddle around with the sound for a second. Yeah. So I'll go with my favourite, Gunjack. It's one of the few Tekkens that doesn't have regular Jack as a starting character. I think Tekken 5, there's one of them that doesn't have him at all. It really annoys the hell out of me because I tend to play with Jack and the various variants, and Hiachi Mishima tend to pick him as well, which is a nightmare when he's not unlocked from the start. I'm talking about you, Tekken 4 or Tekken 1 actually. He was the big bad of Tekken 1. There we see Yoshimitsu, who is one of the 2 Tekken fighters to have appeared in the Soul Blade series. There you go, bit of useless pub trivia. Yoshimitsu crops up in both because he's a Namco character with a sword, and Hiachi Mishima pops up. He was there back in Soul Calibur 2. Soul Calibur 2, yeah. That was exclusive for every format, so Nintendo got Link. The Xbox got Spawn. Yeah, you really looked out there, folks. I think it was Spawn. And PlayStation 1 got Hiachi Mishima, which I think was the best. Personally, I think it was the best kind of cameo character. But I do like Mr. Mishima. So, yeah, anyway, like I was saying, it's just an awesome fighting game. Now, I'm not a button. I know a couple of moves with Jack, and there's a couple that are horribly unfair. I mean, if you're playing against the real person, they're just one kick, one kill there. Playing against the real person, they know what they're doing. Obviously you're not going to do that well, but he's got this move where he just brings his arms out, back in again, and back out, and it just there you go. It just does a ton of damage, and the computer, unless you're playing it super hard, it just doesn't block properly. Of course, this Gish just spends half his time on the ground waving his legs around like he's, drunk in a Pilates course. Eddie, I've often thought Eddie was the character that was brought in just for people that don't know how to play fighting games and just mash the buttons with their face and then they win. I know. If you're a proper player, you can kill them in a couple of moves. But yeah, it's a little worse than your mate's girlfriend picking it up and going, oh yeah, how do I play this? And literally face palming the controller and winning, dominating with Eddie and going, I don't know what I'm doing. King, that tactical fighting player. He's surprisingly hard to beat for a man wearing a dead leopard on his head. that's gotta hurt. I'm just one seeing this. I think I'm gonna lose this actually. Damn him and his ability to actually block my moves. Let's see if this simple move repeated over and over will work. One thing I found about Jack, and again I'm a big noob, but one thing I found about his moves, they seem to work very well at pushing both punch buttons together and doing something. And then once you've got that, it's just a matter of timing. But yeah, I'm not really concentrating here. So yeah, as I said before, my output, as I thought it would, was gone down a bit. I normally do a couple of videos a week, and because I'm studying and because I'm working and I have kids and pets and all sorts of things to take up my time, which is great, by the way. And spending time with my wife as well, quality time, watching, you know, programs and just talking rubbish. It kind of limits the amount of gaming times I have to actually play games and record them and such. So I'm down to about one vid a week, and I've done a couple of Minecraft videos because I can just, it's like I said in the videos, they're my kind of wind down game. And yeah, I know, Minecraft's been out years, you know, in about 5 years time, folks, I'll be doing Grand Theft Auto 5 videos. I am a bit behind the times. Sure, I was doing Skyrim videos last year, a year after it came out. But yeah, I happen to be playing it, you know, so I just record it and just waffle away. And I'm playing it on hardcore, which is basically if you die, you die, like Dolph Lundgren says in that movie that he's in. Well, he says if he dies, he dies. And it wasn't even him, actually. I think it was his manager. Anyway, I'm totally rambling now. Suppose... Oh, yeah, there it is. Look, Soul Edge. The other name for the Soul Blade games. They have it in Namco cross-promotion. So, anyway, yeah, as I said, hardcore mode. So, if basically you die, it deletes the all the stuff you've done. It deletes your save. And it's on the hardest level, so it's fun actually, and it's surprisingly fun. I would have thought it would. I've seen those kind of games before, and I've always thought, oh god, that'd be too tense to play, but I kind of don't mind, you know. So it makes it interesting to record, because God knows my videos need to be interesting. So there's some other stuff I want to do. One of the things I want to look at is I'm going to try and cover some budget games, especially 8-bit software, because, you know, especially the fact that, like, you know, I was thinking about this when, you know, GTA 5 came out. It's, what, 50 or 60 quid, depending, well, 50 odd quid, 50 odd euro. I know you can pick it up cheaper at different prices, but, I mean, you know, when I were a lad, you know, back when I started gaming, there was a whole thing that you could pick up games for 2 quid, you know, 2 or 3 quid. There was the whole Mastertronics, Kicks, I think Virgin had their own series of budget games, and there was this whole industry built around, you know, some bedroom code would do the game, and, you know, they'd sell it, and you know, it'd be published and it'd sell for 2 quid. I suppose it's the same kind of, you know, idea that you got with you know, the Apple Store, or, you know, Google Play or whatever, you know, like, you know, Android games, you spend 1 quid on them, you might only have 1 or 2 people working on them, you know. Oh, I died it. Yeah, geez, I knew I should have really concentrated. Let's show you some other stuff in the game anyway. This looks like he's doing some sort of weird thrusting thing there. Oh, okay, that's a bit weird. And he's got a bowling ball stuck to his chest. I've never noticed that before. Yeah, so I want to do something on some budget games with the stuff like Power Down on the Atari. I've never seen anybody else cover. So I'm going to do them. And there's one or two others, some weird text-based games I want to cover as well. If I can get the time. And, you know, if I just stop sleeping, I'll, you know, be able to do more videos. Oh, and if I get this out in time, if I get this out on Thursday night, which I'm aiming to do, sorry, Wednesday night rather, Thursday night the 26th is the retrounlim livestream 08. So hopefully I can make that. If not, I mean, it doesn't matter if I make it or not, it'll be an excellent, I'm sure it's going to be an excellent show, and it's well worth checking out via the retrounlim site, retrounlim.com, but you probably knew that. So this is Tekken Force. This crops up, there's a couple of different variants. Well, I think it's in Tekken 5 has it as well, and Tekken 6 does something pretty similar. The idea is it's a scroll and beat 'em up. It's, you're sidestepping to kind of go up and, you know, in and out of the screen, which is a bit of a pain. these guys here, Crow, they're all named after birds. There's Crow and Owl and Peregrine Falcon and Red-Titted Warbler. I don't know. There's all the different names for them, but they're all bird-based. They're not playable in the game. Oh, there's chicken. See if I can get that in a second. They're not playable in the game without magic horrible cheats like the action replay ones. And basically the idea being you beat them up using your special moves. Let's see if I can maneuver around for that. Yeah, it's a bit hard to... bit of a sound effect reuse there. The chicken thing crops up, I think. I can't remember this. It's like the grate that comes up if you beat someone when you're on 5% health. You get chicken for doing something. I can't remember what it is, but you get chicken for doing something else. I think it's if you keep blocking or something. But yeah, anyway. The only thing I don't like about this, as I said, it's not really geared around. You're still using the regular game controls, which are geared around a huge circuit or ring that you basically sidestep around while still facing towards your opponents. In other words, when I sidestep down, I'm gradually turning in a circle, which is a pain in the el bum bum when you're trying to pick up the chicken. So as you can see, which I meant to mention there a minute ago and forgot, as you hit bad guys, the quicker you knock them out, the more bonus time you get. I got, I think, 25 seconds, or no, clear time, yeah, it adds 25 seconds on there, I think, when I kill them. So, geez, you want to get that looked at machine with the whole static electricity thing. This doesn't have Gonryu in it. I love Gonryu, but he's in Tekken 2, and I think he's in Tekken 1, and he's in Tekken 6, I believe. But I do like Gonryu. Fortunately, he's not in this. I don't think he was in Tekken X Street Fighter or Street Fighter X Tekken, which is a pity because I'd love to see a E Honda versus Gonryu battle. Battle of the fatties. No, they're not fat, they're just big boned. So I'm doing the skillful thing of beating them up before they hit the screen. So if you finished this a couple of times in a row, it unlocks the character Dr. Boskonovich, or Dr. B. I think he was the creator of the Jack robots, and he's a creator of one of the characters. I forget her name, but it's that weird character in Tekken 6 where the female robot, where her arms, or she can do a move where her arm flies at the other character, like some sort of missile. But yeah, he's basically not a fighter at all. I mean, pretty much most of his, he's got most of his moves involved like him lying on the ground and trying to kick them, like he's got something wrong with him. The other, I'll tell you about the other, I'll show you the other super secret character in a minute. I really should be concentrating instead of blathering away. Xiao. Xiu. I used to be not too bad playing with her. Okay, that sounds a bit odd. I could do some nice combos where it actually looked like I knew what the hell I was doing. Sadly, I've forgotten that, and all I can do is just hit two buttons together when I play as Gunjack. So Tekken Ball, it's beach volleyball. With just randomly moving around. Oh, Gunjack, can't go wrong. Yeah, basically it's let's play with the super heavy gumball. Basically the way this works is, oh, here we go, Gon. That's the other unlockable character. I'll talk about him in a second. It's beach volleyball. The idea being you do moves on the ball, and you try and knock the ball past your opponent. And the moves on the ball charges it up, and obviously if you get it to hit the ground behind your opponent, it does damage. And if it's nicely charged up, it does lots of damage. You can also do damage to your opponents as well, by hitting them, the traditional way. But it doesn't do as much damage. Ooh. Oh yeah, if the ball's fully charged and it hits you without you doing a move, it causes much nastiness and pain. Gon is a character. He's not part of the Tekken series really. He's a Japanese cartoon character, sorry, a comic character, manga character, I guess. And he's a little humorous guy. He's a little raptor dinosaur thing that'll eat anything, and He has a fart move, which I think is glorious and should be in more games. And he makes some great noises as well. Ah, there you go. Jack's doing his super moves. Ha 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 ha. So there you go. Gon has been unlocked in all his glory. The little missing one there is where Dr. Boskonovich would be.
Round 1.
Okay, so I don't know any of his moves at all, yeah. Well, that wasn't too bad. Oh, and there we go. So, yeah, I mean, that's just a quick look at Tekken 3. And, an excuse for me to blather on. So, hopefully, folks, you'll be able to check out the live stream tomorrow on retrounlim.com. Oh, yeah, listen, I'm going to mention it at the live stream as well. But there's a website, I think it's Beasley. I'll put the link up because it's spelled kind of funny. But it's basically a guy called Bob Pape, that worked on the Spectrum version of R-Type. And he wrote a book. I don't know, you know, he basically wrote a book. It's about 130 pages, just about all the stuff he went through when he was writing. And it's kind of really a good insight into what it was like to be a programmer back then, working, at least in the British industry. So... yeah, I'm going to put a link up for that anyway. Sorry, don't know what I was doing there. Because it's really well worth a read. So, I'll put a link up as well in the YouTube site when I get ready to putting the video up. I'm actually going to go and look at... because in fairness, I'm trying to think now with my R-Type review, and I looked at the Specky version. Did I say bad things about it? Because no, I didn't. It's just I found it very hard. And I did my usual slagging off the Specky colours, but it's actually a great port. Now he says the Commodore 64 port wasn't a big fan of it, and I think the Commodore 64 port was pretty good. But there's a reason that he doesn't like it, or the reason he thinks that it had potential to be better, and you've got to read the book to find that out. So I might go back and do a special super comparison vid for R-Type actually now, because I'm interested in it again. Anyway, that's just rambling on now at this stage. I will again give that a mention in the old live stream tomorrow. What's she doing running on the spot? Anyway, I'm going to rise up the music, lower down my withering to 0, and let you watch the end of this in peace. Thanks for watching, guys, and I shall see you next time.
Final round. Fight.